Okay, down on the banks of Lake Carapiro, I've got Warwick Lupton with me. Luppo, never seen Carapiro with a little bit of ripple on it, but got a bit of wind out there at the moment this morning?
Yeah, it's coming straight down the course, which is a bit unusual for Carapiro, so yeah, it'll be pretty interesting out there up this main straight. I presume there'll be a fair bit of lift, Sammy, but we've been there before.
Well, we'll talk about that lift, Warwick, because you've got the boat back on the trailer here down on the pit lane, so it'll be the first time back out on the water for it.
Yeah, it's, I haven't had a run since we blew it over down at Cromwell there last year, and yeah, so Dick Corbett and all the boys there working in the background have spent a million hours trying to put this thing back together. It looked pretty easy, but it just takes time, and they never arrived till 10 o'clock last night, and they're still under a bit of a pump, as you can see there at the moment, but yeah, they've done a really, really good job, and how the boat will go, I don't know. Obviously, you know, we've lost our propellers, we lost the rudder, we lost everything when it tipped over, so it's a new deal again, and to fine-tune these things, you can never ever make them identical what you've pulled out, even though they CNC they should do, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it travels up the track. We'll be blessed if it flies up the track with no issues, but we're expecting a few problems to turn it, and hopefully we'll be on game plan tomorrow and have a decent crack at the Masport.
Was that somewhere you hadn't been with this boat, Warwick at Cromwell? I believe somewhere over 300 kilometres an hour.
Yeah, we're on the main lake at Cromwell, and I have run there many years ago, but the water was very hard down there, and the air density is quite different down the South Island. And when we were practicing, I said to Dick, my main crewman, I said, you know, it's really light down the straights, and when we actually hit the waves, we were going off them, it wasn't going through them, so we were getting a lot of lift. It was bringing the boat forward, and I said, you know, we really should change the wing angles, you know, to settle it down. And he said, oh, we sort of had a conference and said, no, we'll do one race and see how it drives in that race, and then we'll do some adjustments then. But unfortunately in that race, the guy that started the race let the flag go, and we're 400 metres still out the back, and he shouldn't really start the race. So we were playing catch up all race, and of course we were driving harder than we should have in the conditions, and with our aeroplane basically that wasn't set to stay on the water. And really basically at the end of the day, I'd just got past Raymond Hart. We'd got the whole field, which was, it was really impressive what I was doing. As I say, you know, close on 300s down the straightaways. And I just went past him and lifted my foot probably a wee bit and hit a wave at the same time. So, you know, once you lift your foot, the propeller drops a wee bit because there's a lot of lift in the propeller. It dropped, hit a wave, the front came up probably, you know, 300 or 400 higher than it normally would, and it got the air under, and it was all over. I couldn't get it back down. It was on the angle of flight. Well,
reaction time would be, you know, very minimal.
Yeah, I didn't even push the buttons on the steering wheel to try and lower it. It was gone. And you know, a 747, well, they weigh 500 tonne, and they take off at 178, and I was doing 180 mile an hour plus. Yeah. There was no show of bringing back a 1,300 kilo boat back onto the water, and unfortunately, we broke it in half and made quite a mess of it, but you know, the safety features and cockpit and everything worked absolutely mint.
Well, this weekend, of course, you've got the best that New Zealand has to offer. The Annihilator crew, of course, got 4 boats. You've got Raymond Hart and the boss. You've got Coco back on the water too. Looks to be a pretty exciting weekend for you.
Yeah, it is, and the boss is going really well. You know, he only got a cough and he's gone, and Scotty Coker, first time back for a season, and he drove really impressively at Mancatino, and he certainly gives that little boat and the big engine he's got in there, he gives it hell to leather, and he was really quick and he's really tidy around the course. So yeah, it's pretty challenging, but in the whole thing, like, we have a crew of boats, but they're all individuals now, and they've all got their own sponsor, like Ken's Lucas Oil, and he races for himself, and obviously Jack's tied up with Royal Fuel. And then you've got David Altazan, the Steeler, and us. So the trouble is, every race we're doing now is a final, and whether we're in there or who's in there, and it's pretty hard on the gear.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Well, all right, Warwick, great to talk to you, mate. Great to see you, and hopefully that water is, you know, at its optimum best, which it normally is, and have a good weekend.
We'll have a crack at it anyway, but no problem.
Well done.